Today we're going to talk about arranging faux fall stems and vases to start to bring fall into your home. I went shopping the other day. I went to Michael's and I really felt like I got everything I needed there. So I want to show you what I bought and how many of each stem. So the first thing I bought were these really cute little kind of yellow fading into orange bunches of leaves. I only felt like I needed two and I got the short stem versions. Second, I picked up these red maple leaf bunches. I bought 3 of these. I felt like they fanned out really nice and it's a larger leaf. And then I bought these, which are kind of like a yellow goldenrod, but prettier. Again, short stems, and I bought 3 stems of these. I'm really excited about these just because of how they kind of fall over naturally, and they seem very easy to bend. And then lastly, I picked up these long stem burgundy eucalyptus. So there's 3 of these. And I'm going to show you what vases I have to put these in next, and then how I decide which stem to put in which vase.
For the vases, I have these 4 to choose from. So this one, they all have really small openings, which is something to note and is going to dictate how many stems you buy. But these are all relatively short, with the exception of this one, just because it is so round. You're going to need some longer stems to sort through that.
So I'm going to start with this vase right here. This is a shorter vase. It has a smaller opening, and I really like these stems to pair with it just because of the really lighter color down here, which is almost like a taupe, and I think pairs really well with this. And then also the orange is a softer orange. It's not quite as aggressive. And I plan to put this arrangement in my bedroom on this light blue dresser that I have. So I feel like these colors are going to just really complement that space. So what I'm gonna do first is I have this flower foam already pre-cut so that it fits inside of this vase. The reason that we're gonna do this is because we want the stems to stick where we put them. So I'm just putting in enough pieces of this to really get across the bottom of the vase. And then the second thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we fluff our stems. So in the store, they're all crammed in these big buckets and they do get a little flat. So just spend a little bit of time. It's like if you have an artificial Christmas tree, you don't just put it up. You spend a little bit of time fluffing the stems. And I'm just going to place this in here and make sure it pokes through a piece of foam. This is the largest of the 4 arrangements I'm doing. This is a pretty large scale vase. It's very wide yet short, and it does have a larger lip opening. So for this one, I wanted a darker red arrangement, and I felt like this was gonna pair really well with the color of this vase. I chose to get 3 of these just because they do fan out quite nicely. And I actually really wanted the longer stems, but they didn't have those. So I settled for these shorter stems. And what I'm gonna do to make sure that these stay intact and fall the way I want them to is I'm gonna put packing paper in this vase. backing paper. This is going to allow me to stab these things into place so that they stay where I want them to. So with these, we want to make sure that we really fan them out nicely and also fluff each leaf. These were really kind of slammed together in the little baskets, so they need some extra attention. So I'm just stabbing my flower foam so that these guys stay in place. And then we can bend them a little bit further once we get them in the vase. And this is going to stay on this table, so I am going to work to arrange these a little bit more, because you can see this side over here is fanning over really nicely, and this is just sticking straight up, which looks really unnatural. So we just want to spend a little bit more time, hold on to the stems, and then fan them out and get them to where you want them to be. For the red eucalyptus, these are long stems, so I want to pair these with my taller vase. This is a little bit taller and skinnier than some of the other ones, and again, this has a pretty small opening, so I don't need a lot of stems to make an impact. Since these are longer, if I just put them in like this, they'd be pretty difficult to manage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bend the stems like this, and then place them in one by one. And this right here, just with 3 stems, this really makes a dramatic statement. So I just feel like simple is best with this. Just make sure that they're kind of leaning up against the area, the lip of the vase that you want. But this is, simple is better sometimes. I'm really excited to pair these two together just because I think the colors really complement one another. So again, this is a relatively short vase. It has a small opening, and I don't think we need any flower foam in this one, and 3 of these stems are going to be plenty. These were $5.99 each, and this vase, I believe, was $20. So this is going to look like a really expensive designer arrangement, and it's gonna be for under 50 bucks. I'm gonna make sure that 2 stems out of the 3 are bent. And then, because I want them to drape over the side and be a little bit dramatic. And then this one, I'm just gonna make sure that it's a little bit fluffed. This is gonna go in the center, and this is gonna help prop these other 2 up and keep them from falling out of the vase. So we're just going to arrange it like that. And this back side is gonna be a little bit bare, but that's okay because this is gonna be up against, I'm gonna put this on my, the base of my mantle on my fireplace. And I think it would be difficult to place there if I had this bunching out of the back. So this looks pretty good.